Well, first up, what's up, Sin City? Let's do this. It's just so emergent, and the more time I spend with Ari and Jeff, the more I realize, like, it's so, you can barely keep up with the exponential growth of it. I mean, literally 1 in 4 of us, if not today, then tomorrow or soon, is going to be victim to online crime. And because it's so insidious and we're all so busy and it's the information age, even the stuff that I felt like I was doing, I was like, I'm proactive, I'm updating my blah, blah, it's nowhere near enough. And so it was about creative problem solving with this founder and this just assassin of a business partner. And for me, it's been an amazing education. Jeffrey, yeah, my Instagram got hacked, and shortly after, it was just kind of synchronistic. Jeff reached out and said, hey, we've always been looking for something that we could really do a deep dive on together. And literally just since then, I'm going to tell you guys, I have a close family member who had a stroke and has been confined to a wheelchair for some time. And they were scammed and defrauded by a third party claiming to be someone that we both knew, and was even using things between the text and the volume, knew about her health history, knew about our history, and when I looked at it, really approximated this other person, even to the point where short voice messages that were left were indicating that it was the same voice as this person. So we all know that this stuff is up and running, but there are an army of bad actors out there, not myself included, I just want to go who are, this is their daily mission, and it's nothing personal, it's just business. And yet, it really, really freaked her out and affected her health, her mental health. It was awful. This was 2 weeks ago.
A lot, obviously, and I think everybody would agree with that. And you've used your brand to help tell this story, and to me, that's a story in and of itself.
Thanks, Mike. Well, it used to be this, you know, folks like me did movies, we did TV, and then we would do public service announcements. And so that was maybe how we made up for our bad karma of making bad movies sometimes. Or it used to seem like, generally speaking, when something was emerging, whether it was a political, socioeconomic, whatever it was, a threat, you know, people would, you can think of it even with like the Bonds Drive in World War II. But this was a way, honestly, because the conversations we're having, and this is a huge venture, but the conversations we're having are so personal and passionate about all of the ways that we can use this AI revolution for good. And not a ton of people are really putting their heads there, so we feel that that is the blank space. And that's why it just feels like a natural thing. But to really answer the question, it really is about a part of what I can do, and it's great for me because then I get to pretend I know it. I actually have to learn it and then share it with other people. But you know, it is about educating and raising awareness about this, because we're all so busy, we just kind of don't know what's coming.
Absolutely.
We asked them, hey, what are the biggest problems that you have? And over the last year, it's been the two sort of constituents that we know are very vulnerable are kids and seniors. We've known this for a few years. Over the last year, we've seen more and more data.
So critical too, because just think about it. You have a kid, they're on they didn't get on the team, or they got on the team and maybe they're the ones who struck out and they lost the pennant, but then they meet a new friend, or that friend moves away. All these sorts of things that we used to just call as latchkey kids. Now in a way, it's just more like there's so much data coming at them, but these natural rhythms of life, we don't know, the wins, the losses, the things, the new groups of friends that are trying to fit in, you know, since the pandemic, changing schools. Am I back to school? Can we go back to school? It's been a real strain, particularly on this. So again, right before we came here in the hour where normally we'd be kibitzing and on our phones catching up on all our stuff, we were having this really impassioned discussion about you know, continuing to really dive on this and create the solutions that I think that's going to be really exciting emerging part of this product.
And you know, I think back to Lex Luthor back to, gee, if Lex Luthor had taken the genius of the criminal mind and put it towards good, what would that be like? And the alternative was he took a genius mind and put it towards bad. I look at AI in a similar way and say, is this the Lex Luthor of, you know, or, you know, pick a Robert for.
Thanks for coming.
I think they shut my mic is still on. We've got a lot more on schedule.